When it comes to a warm-up in an English class, there are plenty of ideas and activities that we can do, but one of my personal favorites is a quote, because introducing a quote in the beginning of a class is first of all great for setting the direction of your class and also just for getting that inspiration, motivation, because come on, who doesn't like that? In this video, I'm going to give you 5 quotes which are not overrated, which are not cheesy, and which are great for your warm-up and also just for connecting better with your student, with your friend, with your partner, anyone. When you finish watching, please leave me a comment down below saying which quote was your favorite. I'm gonna give you 5, so you'll need to choose one. I know it's gonna be difficult because I love them all equally, but try to choose one. But you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you enjoy all of them. Before I tell you those quotes, I want to give you a little explanation of why I like quotes so much, because I have actually a journal and the last section of the journal is dedicated to quotes only. That's how nerdy I am when it comes to quotes. They help us understand that humans, after all worry about the same things. We all fear not being loved, we fear not being accepted, we want to know that we are not wasting our potential, and we want to make sense of life. We want to be with people that we love, and we want to spend our lives working at the job that we enjoy and doing what we love. Another reason why I love quotes so much is that they help me organize the thoughts and ideas in my head better, and at times when I struggle with clarity, I might find a quote which puts all that mess kind of in a very clear way, and it just expresses the thought that I wanted to express, but I didn't know how to express it so well. So that feeling of finding that quote that speaks to your heart is one of the best feelings ever. I swear to God, I love it, and let me know if this is weird or if you relate to that. With that being said, let me give you the first quote. Slow and steady consistency is the most powerful driver of growth. One single year of consistent disciplined practice always brought 10 times the results to short, infrequent attempts at quick achievements. This quote could be used when you talk about productivity or success or discipline or just structuring your free time and work-life balance. So it's a very, very neutral quote, but very powerful one. So I love it. Number 2. Habits are not a finish line to be crossed, they are a lifestyle to be lived. This quote is by James Clear, and he is one of my favorite authors, and Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of my favorite books, which I've read 2 or 3 times already, and I keep coming back to it because there is always something new to learn. And I love his philosophy about habits. I love his philosophy of taking those small steps towards your goal instead of trying to take like 2 big leaps to that objective that you have. So if you have a class about habits or about success as well, self-development, anything in that area, I think this quote will be a great warm-up idea. Quote number 3. There is light enough for those who wish to see and darkness enough for those who are otherwise inclined. This quote could be used for a class where you talk about optimism and pessimism, or if you talk about attitudes and philosophies. This one is definitely more advanced, because of the words and vocabulary. But if you have B1, B2 students, I think, or C1 and higher, obviously, I think this will be a great conversation starter. Quote number 4. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you have no specific goals, you will have no specific results. I know many people struggle with planning and creating that vision for themselves, and I know I have been guilty of that myself, but it's true. If we don't take the time to plan and to envision where we are going in our lives, we're not going to end up anywhere that we want to, because we're just kind of, moving around in life and we don't have any particular direction or any specific objective to go towards. And I know it helps me be consistent and disciplined and achieve my goals. If I don't plan, I plan to fail. I've learned that the hard way, so I'm trying to get better at it slowly. I'm not perfect, I'm far from perfect, but I'm trying to introduce more planning into my life so that I have more control and more power over my life. And the quote number 5 is one of my favorites because when I read it, it blew my mind. And it's such a simple idea, but it's so profound. And that's one more thing about quotes. Yeah, you can find like the most obvious thing ever, but then the way it is put or the moment in your life when you hear this quote, It's just so like the puzzles come together and wow, okay, let me show you. The greatest gift that you could ever give another is the gift of your expectation of their success. Wow. I mean,
Wow.
every freaking time I read this quote, I'm blown away because it's such a simple idea, but it's so important. Because if we think about relationships, if we think about friendship, if we think about relationships within our families, it's so important to, to see the person that you're talking to in a way that they want to see them as well, right? And if we show with our heart and with our souls, if we show that we expect them to succeed and we see the best in them, I think that's such an important idea and such a life-changing thought that I don't have any words to explain it further. I think we need to remember that not only for our English class, but just as a value, as a reminder every single day, because that perspective, I think, will change our relationships in such a way that we don't really have any idea where it can bring us. I hope you liked these quotes. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite out of the 5. And if you want to see more quotes like that, you can follow me on Instagram, where I tend to post quite a lot of quotes because never enough quotes in life. So thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching the video. Leave it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.